Yo, Still Mills, what's the deal, man? Yo, what in the fuck is this nigga doing? I'm on my way to work, man, and I got this dude in front of me with this trailer attached to his truck, and I don't know what the fuck he doing. This dude right here, man, shit crazy, man. But peep game, man, we got to get into this shit, man. That's I want to talk about Rishidi Ellis, man. I got asked. First off, I didn't even know that he had a fight last week, man. Congrats to him on that. Congrats to getting back in the winner's bracket. It's unfortunate that these dudes, you dig, they take one loss and they just, they kind of wither into obscurity. I don't like that shit, man. Just it's a loss. Fighters fight and they win and they lose. You can come back and avenge that loss. I don't like this energy. You dig? You stifle your career when you do that. Why is this nigga going so motherfucking slow? You stifle your career when you do that, though, man. You lose so much momentum, so much traction because you want to take a year off, to get right or whatever after a loss because you, for whatever reason, you just not focused, you devastated or whatever, man. It's all good, fam. Humble yourself and understand that fighters lose. I mean, with all the fighters that you beat, you was undefeated up until you lost to Roman Villa. With all the fighters that you beat, you should know that this comes with the territory. You feel me? Like fighters are gonna fight and they're gonna lose, and you can go and revenge that loss, man. So stop getting in the dumps because you take an L. You know what I'm saying? Like I hate to see that from these fighters, man. When they just, they just devastated, and they just, they take a year off. That's a whole year you can't get back. That's a whole not seven, but 11, 12 months you can't get back. And in his case, let me see, he fought last January. He fought last January, so that's why what? Let me see, we got January. We in what? November right now. That's what 20 months. You did. That's almost 2 years out of the ring, man. Like, what are we doing? Y'all, I really need y'all to get out of that mindset, man, because you can't get years back. You got a small window of opportunity as as a combatant in the most dangerous sport in the world. Make the most of it. But nonetheless, he's back. He's back in the winner's bracket, and I fucks with that. You lost to Roman Villa, so what? It's all good. You can come back and get that get back. But he's back. He's back. So one of my guys asked me how I feel about him and how I feel he fared against someone like Jerron Bootsinnis and Brian Norman. First of all, let me say this, man. I got Brian Norman Sr. on Facebook, man. You dig? So I fuck with the Normans, man. I honestly do. I honestly do. I'm not a fan of the move that they made as it pertains to Boots. I do think that's a fight that they should have took. It does look funny. You can't help but call it a duck. You dig? And I just think when it comes to people trying to be overt businessmen, a lot of times you play yourself out of position and you shoot yourself in the foot. I think I made a video about it. You shoot yourself in the foot. You know what I'm saying? You gotta strike while the iron is hot. That bag that you was guaranteed may not be there when when y'all double back. If you're not even double back, it may not be there because you don't know if you'll ever get a payday that big. You don't know if you'll ever get that. You don't know if you'll ever get that, man. A lot of wild shit can happen in this sport that we call boxing. So you don't know if you'll ever make that big of a payday off of one fight. $1 million fight, you take that shit. You know what I'm saying? That could work in your favor or it could work against you. You dig? Manny Pacquiao, 3 weeks notice, fought Lidwaba, and look at what that did for him, man. This dude is about to be a senator in his home state, his home country. That's a beautiful thing, man. So you take that. You definitely take that, man. But I don't. My point is, I didn't like how they handled that situation, man. I didn't like how they handled that situation. Now, what I will say is this, man. I'm not a fan of how they're acting towards him. Brian Norman, I'm talking about, like his team. I'm not a fan of how they're acting towards Rishidi Ellis. Like, oh man, nah, come get this 10K and you can get in here and spar with us. Come get this 10K. You come in here and spar with us, man. We're not looking in your direction right now, man. And my thing is this, man. I feel like having someone like Rishidi Ellis on your resume would be a better scout than Mario Barrios. Because I think Rishidi Ellis has a higher ceiling than Mario Barrios. Despite Mario Barrios being a champion, he has a higher ceiling than Mario Barrios. Mario Barrios may have the better, just I won't even say resume because I mean, yeah, um, he beat Ugas, he beat Ugas, he's beat Ramos, those are credible wins, but Ugas was a dude who was coming off an eye injury in a year of inactivity. Man, that shit matters. That shit matters. It does, man. And then Ramos isn't no highly touted middle welterweight, but I think he's a credible. I think he's a credible name. I think he's a credible name. I think, I think Ramos may be a step under Rocha. I'd say that. Definitely say that. Ugas, I'd be glad to give him that win if it was just under certain if it wasn't under certain circumstances. And under these circumstances, with him being, coming back off an eye injury and a year of inactivity, man, it's like we got to put that under the microscope. So yeah, resume does matter, but then you also have to analyze these fighters, not necessarily on the eye test, but just well, I mean, to a certain degree, it is an eye test. To a certain degree, it is an eye test, man. But not even a certain degree. It's damn sure it is an eye test because now you're putting these two up. You're putting these two in a fantasy matchup to see whose strong suits are better than the other one's strong suits, and whose weaknesses aren't as exploitative as the other one's weakness. And I think Rashidi Ellis is a better fighter than Mario Barrios. I just do. I think he has a higher ceiling. I think he has a better engine. I think he has more tools in the toolbox. I think he has the better feet. I think he's the faster hands. Clearly, the more athletic of the two. I think he has the better counter punching capabilities. I think he's the. I think he's just the better overall fighter than Mario Barrios. So I get why Brian Norman would want to look in the direction of a Mario Barrios or even an Amantes because they hold the belts. But Rashidi Ellis, I think, will be a much better resume. I mean, a much better name. It's a much better win. I think it's a much better win. I would say Amantis Stanionis may not be, he may, I think Amantis, may be, I think Amantis is better than Mario Barrios. I do. I do. But, so I'd be a little bit more understanding towards that. But even then, those two have the styles that are going to complement you. Rashidi Ellis has the styles that's going to contradict you. So with that, by that metric, I don't like the fact that you're trying to stun on him and saying come spar with us and we got 10 we got 10 bands for you. Like yo, bro, like this is actually a good fight. This is actually a good fight. I don't see why you would sit there and try to play him like some anyways ass nigga. You dig? You got that Centillion win, definitely. That's a damn good win, especially considering how you won that fight and how dramatic it was and how much of a statement it was. Considering how he just did Rocha. That dude knocked out, like, damn, bro. I was like, damn, Alexis, for real? Damn. I was expecting him to win that fight. And he just went in there and got crashed. I'm like, damn. So for you to go in there and outline this dude in chalk, that's a real good win, you dig? But we can't ignore how Quicks had you looking neither though. You know what I'm saying? Granted, I do think you won that fight, but it was it just wasn't the best showing of showcasing of yourself when you're dealing with somebody with long levers who can walk you in the shots and is looking to dictate distance between the two of y'all. That right there gives you issues. And when you look at someone like a speedy Rashidi Ellis, that's his style. I think that's a good fight for you. I think that's a damn good fight. I don't think we should sit here and denigrate Rashidi Ellis because he lost to Roman Villa. I don't think so. Because I thought he did enough to win that fight. I thought he did enough to win that fight. He dominated them early rounds. It was what, 3 knockdowns in the fight. I understand why people say he won, why they gave him the victory. I get it. I definitely get it. I just think that Rashidi did enough early on in the fight to win, despite the knockdowns, man. So I don't, I think it's fool's gold to sit here and relegate him to that loss right there. I don't like that. I don't like that. I think, he is a damn good fight for you. I think he's a damn good fight for Boots. I think he's a damn good fight for the both of y'all. You dig what I'm saying? And with him coming back to 154 pounds, man, I think you should just fucking say fuck it and just stay there. You know, he's saying that he's coming back to 47. He can still make 47 or whatever. All right, cool. You know, it's your body. You know your body. You know your body. But man, like at this point in time, that's a barren division, man. That's a barren division. And if the division is going to continue in the in the direction that has been going in for the past couple of years, why even waste your time? Why even waste your time, especially when all the drama is up at 154, my nigga? So you may as well just jump up there and just get that drama. But you know, hey, like I said, you know your body. So I can't speak to that, man. But my point is, I think Brian Norman Jr. and Speedy Rashidi Ellis is a damn good fight. It's a dope contrast in style. That would make for a banger. That would make for a legitimate banger. I'd love to see that fight. So I don't like this notion that yo man, tell him to come up here and spar us. We got 10 bands for him. Just come up here and spar us. You're not in our scope right now. It's like yo, mm, mm. Dig me? I don't like that, man. I don't like that. The Rashidi Ellis is a better that's a better fight than Cuevas. I know that much. Than Derek, it is. I think you'd be lying to say that it wasn't, man. Rashidi Ellis is a better fight than the dude you finna fight. Why not go run it with that nigga? Why not go run it with that nigga? That does more for you. That boosts your profile if you ask me, man. Because niggas is already they banging on you for going to fight Derek. So why not go and fight Rashidi when he comes back or when you come back from this hand injury? Go make that fight happen, man. I think that right there at this point, man, the welterweight division needs a spark. It needs a spark, and you cannot spark the welterweight division by fighting the fighters that you've been fighting. The Centillion win was a damn good win. Let's keep that shit all the way stacked. That was an incredible win for you. But you versus Rashidi Ellis is a damn good fight. That's a fight that needs to be had. So why not have it? That's the fight that I would love to see. You versus Rashidi would be dope. Rashidi versus Boots would have been dope. So let's get out of this notion that you come up here and spar me and we just gonna leave it at that. I got 10 G's for you to spar. All right, no, no, bro. You got then what 20 months of inactivity right here. Maybe we may be talking 20. Yeah, it's about 22 months of inactivity. That's about 22 months of inactivity. We got that right there, and you coming off back off of a hand injury. It's perfect for y'all to get in there and line that up. You get more out of fighting Rashidi Ellis than you get out of fighting Derek. Matter of fact, I'm a tag coach. I'm a tag coach and conversate with him about it, man. Like, bro, you wouldn't like, oh man, I've been thinking about something, man. Let's politic about it. I'm attacking. On God, I'm attacking. Like, bro, let's talk about this, man. Like that, just you don't think that would be more beneficial to Brian, the BJ's profile if you fought Rashidi Ellis? You don't think that'd be more, beneficial to his profile if you fought him more so than Derek? I don't see how anybody can say no. I don't get it. I don't get it. That is a perfect fight. That's a balling ass fight right there. Fuck that sparring shit. Fuck that. Not for these two. You dig? This is a fight that needs to go down under the bright lights in the ring. No headgear, smaller ounce gloves. I said it before. There is definitely a story that sparring does tell a story. Sparring does tell a story. We do not. I don't dismiss sparring. I do not dismiss sparring. I think that's fool's gold. You just got to understand that it's a lot more nuanced than a fight. It definitely is. So you got to be real. If you're gonna get over, get over. You got to be real. You got to be able to be able to analyze why what I mean by it's some more nuance in sparring. Sparring is more nuanced than an actual than a fight on fight night. So it definitely tells a story. It definitely tells a story. But I don't want that fight for. I don't. What the fuck going on here? I don't want that. I don't want to see them two get in the ring and spar. I want to see them two get in the ring on fight night for the for someone's law someone's getting the O. Brian Norman is either gonna get his first O or oh my god, shit. Oh my god, I hope everybody is already. This dude's truck flipped over. Shit. But either Brian Norman is gonna get his first O or Rashidi Ellis is gonna get his second O. I think that is a fight that's a fight that we need to go down on a Saturday night. Let's make that happen. Let's make that happen. Fuck the sparring. Fuck 10 bands for the sparring. You're gonna get more than that on fight night, man. And it's gonna be a much bigger boost in your profile than fighting the Cuevas. So we don't need that fight. We don't need that fight. You coming back off a hand injury. He's coming back off inactivity. There is no better time to get this fight underway than getting these two niggas in the ring right now. There's no perfect time. No better timing. Let's make that happen. I'd be much more excited about a fight with Brian Norman and Rashidi Ellis than Brian Norman and Derek Cuevas, man. So let's get that on, my dude. Let's make that happen. Let's please make that happen. That's a fight that I'll be excited about. Like, yo, man, it's fight night, man. It's fight night. And I'm going home. Yo, it's a big fight coming on tonight. Yeah, I'd be excited to see that shit. So let's go make that happen. I'm gonna tag Brian Norman on Facebook today and ask him about that, man. But yeah, that's pretty much how I'm feeling about that, man. I got pretty high I got high expectations of Speedy Rashidi Ellis. I do. I do. I don't think that he should be relegated to that win or to that loss. I don't, because losses happen. I don't think we should overlook at the fact that Brian that he wasn't able that Roman went in there and got outlined and chalked by Boots. I don't think that we should do that. I just don't. I just don't. Those dudes are big punchers. Rashidi is not a big puncher. He's not a big puncher. Decent puncher, but not a big puncher. That's not his game. Power isn't his forte. And it's not a damn thing wrong with that. A multitude of fighters are not like that. When you start stepping up in ranges, you're not about to see knockouts from a lot of these dudes. You find out who you are through opposition, through resistance. And resistance has proven to him that he's not the biggest puncher. And that's okay. So let's make that fight happen, my nigga. Let's make that fight happen. Let's make that happen. And yeah, man, I just pulled up to the GAO and I'm about to go in here and do my thing because I got tomorrow off. Happy thanks, y'all. Deuces.